Good morning. Welcome to the Eno River Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. We're located here in Durham, North Carolina. We meet on the ancestral lands of the Eno, Shakori, Saponi, Sissibaha, and the Lumbee people. Their descendants still live here in this community and in surrounding communities today. I'm Reverend Deborah Kerr. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, whatever your race, wherever your country of origin, whatever your gender, whomever you love, welcome. Is there anyone here for the first time, visiting for the first time today? If you would rise and body your spirit, we'd love to. Would you just rise and body your spirit? Welcome. Welcome. And if you're at home watching online, if you would put your name in the chat box, we'd love to give you a warm ERUUF welcome there as well. There's a link in the chat box where you can always find out more about us, or you can go to our website and find out about us. It's a special day here. Some of the folks who just stood are actually new members who are here for the first time in person, so that's just very exciting. For everyone, we have classes. We have morning classes on Sunday at 9:30. There's an online and in-person inquirers class. The link for that can be found in e-news and on the website. And then we also offer classes for children, youth, and adults at 9:30 on Sunday mornings. So check all that out on the website as well. Lots of stuff going on during the week, too. For the next few weeks, we are an early voting site here on campus. So to protect the voting process, we're going to stay completely out of the fellowship hall, right? It's reserved, and only the Board of Elections and voters can go in there. So if you live in Durham, you can vote at any early voting site until May 13th, conveniently located across the breezeway. Check out our website, as I said, to find out about our own programs, classes, and groups. This morning, we are going to welcome our newest members, and we'll also say a very teary farewell to our graduating high school seniors, and they get extra credit. It was prom last night, and they're here because they love us, and they know that we love them very much. This morning's service will be led by Reverend Jacqueline Brett. This is her last service for a while. She is going to be on sabbatical, taking some much-needed time off as recommended by the Unitarian Universalist Association for people who have been going the speed that Jacqueline's been going since you called her in January. She's going to go get rested and come back fresh because she can't wait, and we know that you can't wait either. I can't wait, so this is I'm looking forward to all the good things that you're all going to do together. We're thrilled that we have musicians here, Paul Behrman and Dick Clark, along with Kate Lewis. Pam Dillavore is cantering this service, and we have some Eno River singers here this morning. Thank you guys for being here. It's going to be wonderful. So let's take a moment and center ourselves now. Just take a breath and settle into your body, your good body, whatever it feels like, whatever it is this morning. A breath and settle in. And after the bell, we'll continue with our prelude.
So noting that we have a full sanctuary today, and there are people who are still coming in, so if you have space next to you, if you could move in a little bit so that when they come in, just to make we're drawing that circle wide today, so we want to make sure there's room for people when they come in. And this last row behind the choir, do we need to reserve that, or can we remove that? We need to reserve it? Okay, so we can take that reserved sign off, and that way that row is available for anyone who comes in. What wonderful, wonderful problems to have. So welcome. Our opening words this morning are by Wendy Bartell and Lynn Gardner, and they say, "From our separate joys and struggles, we come here to find peace of balance, to find the blessing of restlessness. All are welcome to follow, to lead, to teach, to learn. All are welcome to join in the dance, to catch our breath. All are welcome to give generously, to receive gratefully. All are welcome."
If you are steady and composed, or if you are completely lost, if you don't know what you're feeling, this community has a place for you. Here you matter, here you are loved. If we are steady and poised, if we feel completely lost, if we don't know what we feel, this community has a place for all of us. We matter, we are loved.
As we light our chalice flame this morning, may the light of our hearts open wide in a radical, love-filled welcome. Let us sing together. Please rise in body or spirit as you're able. We're going to sing hymn 1010, and Pam will lead us.
And the words will be on our screen. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here and those far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here and those far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. And before you sit down again, please turn and say good morning to those around you.
I'm going to call you. So for the past 6 years, membership development has been a key part of my ministry here at ERUUF. It has truly been work that I love, but alas, I now have a new role here at ERUUF. Thank you. I wasn't fishing for applause, but I just love being able to say, oh, ass. So I have to entrust this work into someone else's capable hands. And so as we begin our new member recognition service today, I am delighted to let you know that Alice Alexander is our new Director of Membership Development. And though Alice officially begins her new role today, she has actually been working, just like I've been working, in a job that I don't yet technically have, but I've been working at it for the last few months. Alice has been doing the same thing for the last couple of weeks. She's been working with the membership team for the last couple of weeks to coordinate all of our activities today. And so, Alice, come on up.
Yay.
And so Alice will be here as we recognize our new members today.
Eno River Unitarian Universalist Fellowship is a spiritual community that's dedicated to the search for truth and compassionate ways of living. We have no creeds here. We follow many spiritual paths to join in one faith, Unitarian Universalism, to create the common good together. At certain points in the year, we celebrate the people who have made the decision to join ERUUF and to become members of this fellowship. For some people, this is an easy decision. And then for others, we know it's maybe the first time in their lives that they've joined a religious community. So a wide variety of folks and how people got here. We love hearing those stories. So Jacqueline and I will read the names of our new members now. Though not all are able to be here today, we invite those who are here to please come forward.
We begin with Helen Alden. Kim
Alexander.
Karen Aw and Bob Fogelsong.
Anna Avery.
Meg Baysmith.
Sharon Bagatelle.
Trish Barron and Nathan Berolsheimer.
Nancy Brush and Dario Prager.
Jordan Burnett and Jonathan Van Dongnen.
Tiffany Cagle.
Kimberly and Tito Craig.
Janice Davis.
Gail Epps.
Jay Giles.
Devin Gollum and Alex Jacubau.
Miranda Hallquist. That's great.
Shauna Keever.
Bill and Barbara King.
Karen Klein and Mike Gorman.
Julia Marone and Peter Schwab.
Chrissy Miller.
Kathy and Eric Miller.
Alyssa and Mike Morse.
Kelvin Scopey Mosley.
Michelle Osborne.
Maple Osterbrink.
Stacy Parker Fisher and Charlie Fisher.
Jane Parsons.
Jessica Poland.
Margot Roberts.
Shelley Rasinkovich.
Gisela and Carl Schoenbach.
Fatima Scott.
Jennifer and Warren Spaeth.
Betsy Sprouse.
Jamie Storyword.
Kathy Valenti.
Pam Watkins.
Claire Williamson.
Andrea Wong.
And last but certainly not least, Nicole and Nicholas Yates.
We welcome you as friends and companions in this congregation. We are a group of diverse individuals bound together by our common quest, our common needs, and our common values. May you grow in your sense of belonging as you take your place among us.
In joining this congregation, you, all of you, will become stewards and trustees of the Eno River Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. What happens here now and in the future will be because of your initiative and hard work, your stewardship, and your imagination. I urge you to learn all you can about our tradition and to develop your own sense of who you are as a Unitarian Universalist. And I urge you to always bring here the passion of your dreams and your highest hopes. Welcome.
So let's affirm the bond of community that we've made by covenant with one another. Betsy Sprouse will lead our new members in their affirmation, and then we're going to invite
Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. We join in the covenant to affirm and promote the principles of Unitarian Universalism, accepting differences among us as opportunities for growth. We will contribute towards making this a vital and loving community.
members. Would you rise and body your spirit? And your words, your response will now appear on the screen. And wherever you are, we invite all members to join Alice in reading these words of welcome.
Ideals
And I think we have one final slide. Yes. Oh my gosh. So members, if you would have a seat, and new members, the Eno River Singers are going to, they have a special song of welcome for you, so I invite you to stay where you are and enjoy that now.
We can give you another one, Barry.
Invite you to take your place in the larger life of the congregation, and we invite you to take your seats at this time as well.
It's good to see you all in person. During the pandemic, we were just getting lots of people. I mean, I think this is just amazing that we have had so many people choose to become members of this congregation. Many of the people who showed up today, this was their first time here, and I think that is so deeply moving. But right now we're doing a shift. We're doing a shift, an important shift. This morning we also gathered to recognize an important moment in the lives of our graduating high school seniors with a ritual called bridging. Seniors, we know that this community has played a role in your lives through childhood and adolescence, and we are thankful now to be a part of this process of your crossing yet another threshold, a bridge into your young adulthood. So come on up. I'm inviting our bridging seniors to come forward. Kathryn Adams is the daughter of Nicole and Bill Adams, and Alex Hartman is the daughter of Michelle and Bobby Hartman.
Doing this through tears, okay. And I see a whole lot of you are too. Here at the Eno River Unitarian Universalist Fellowship, roses are an important symbol to us across the lifespan, as you've already seen this morning. When babies and children are dedicated, we give them a rose. We carefully take off the thorns because we we want to help take care of them. It's a symbol of, and plus they're not ready to handle it. They chew those things up. We don't want them chewing the thorns. I've got them here.
Oh, okay.
Just make sure. Okay.
I get
All right. So this is really important. So you've been here like your whole lives, right? 17, 18 years. And you've learned a thing or two. You've been in youth group. You've been through all the classes. You've done Neighboring Faiths. You've done Coming of Age. You've done OWL. You're our student teachers. You're our student intern teachers. The little kids adore you. With all of this, with all the conversations, formal, informal, the incredible work that you all have done as a youth group, where are the youth? Middle school, high school youth? With your mentors and teachers, all of those important relationships, we know you've got this. And so now, as you're preparing to move on to the next part of your life, we give you these roses, but this time they have thorns. Be careful. We believe you can handle it. We know you can handle it. Wherever you go, know that you are not alone. All of us here, those folks who couldn't be here this morning, we're with you too. You carry us with you, and you can ask for help anytime you might need it. So with these roses, we say goodbye to your childhood here, and we say hello to your participation in Unitarian Universalism as a young adult. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So we have another gift for you. And so we want to give you a chalice of your very own to remind you of the beautiful light from ERUUF's own chalice. Many of us have chalices at home that we light as a reminder of the support and comfort and connection we feel to our larger tradition and to each other, and we hope that that will be true for you. So wherever you go, whatever you do, may this chalice remind you that this congregation and our larger Unitarian Universalist tradition is here for you. And we are ready to have whatever you have to inform us and help make us better and stronger going forward. So I want to invite everyone to please rise in body or spirit. And would you join me in saying the words of affirmation that appear on the screen? As you cross this bridge in time, know that we are with you. We believe in you. We celebrate you. We love you. We encourage you to become ever more your true self and to make a positive impact on the world. We hope you know, wherever you go, you can always come home to ERUUF. Go in peace, go in faith, go in love. And we're going to sing them back to their seats for one last time with Go Now in Peace.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
What a morning! What energy, tremendous energy this morning. So much to be grateful for and thankful for. So much for us to consider. And so with that in mind, I invite you to join me for a time of contemplation and prayer. I invite you to lower or close your eyes and let us simply settle our hearts for a moment. Just settle. And simply breathe together. And as you think of your time here at ERUUF, whether today is your first day here, ever being here, or you've been here for your entire life, what one word best describes what you're hoping for, longing for in beloved community at this present moment in time? Just bring forward one word. And hold on to that word, and we'll get back to it later in this service. So let us pray. Spirit of life and love, we give thanks for this special day, for all who are gathered here and those who are far away. Our hearts opening in gratitude and love, opening in the co-creative light of being beloved community together, opening wide in radical welcome, opening as we care for one another from cradle to grave. We receive the fullness of it all in its perfection and imperfection, in all its joy and its sorrow, knowing that we receive it together and not alone. Let us sit in the fullness of this moment. We lift up all the beloveds among us here at ERUUF who are celebrating joys and milestones, as well as those navigating illness or loss of loved ones. And may all those the world over who are experiencing difficulty, great or small, receive what they most need for their peace and well-being, and the peace and well-being of us all. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be. So it is no small thing to open a community to others. When we speak and sing about drawing our circle wide, it is no small thing. Many groups, even some religious groups, actually work very hard to keep their circles small and closed. And sometimes they do that consciously, and sometimes they do it unconsciously. Because to truly draw a circle wide, we must be radically welcoming, extending an invitation for people to bring their full selves, which is no small thing. To be authentically, radically welcoming is risky. After all, who are these 57 people who have just joined ERUUF? The big risk for us all, for them and us, for all of us, there is no them anymore because they are us, right? Is that of change. How will our wider circle be changed now that others are here? Can we all welcome that change? Our community is changed whenever someone new arrives, whether it's a new birth, a new life that springs forth among the families in our community, or by someone who arrives here with intention, specifically seeking out Unitarian Universalism, a Unitarian Universalist congregation like ours. Or by those who have absolutely no idea what Unitarian Universalism is, but they come here because they are simply seeking with curiosity, and sometimes with the smallest mustard seed of hope that maybe, just maybe, they've found a place to belong. Might we be that place? How will they be changed by us? And how will we be changed by them? I'm quite happy to say that we have already been changed by them and they by us, which might seem a little hard to notice because we've all been apart for so long. But you'll now have an opportunity to get a sense of this for yourselves through reflections offered by Nicole and Nicholas Yates, who joined in March 2020, Giles, who joined in February of this year, and finally, but not lastly, we'll hear from our newly bridged high school senior, Kathryn Adams, who is what is known as a cradle UU, in that she's been here all of her life. And so we begin now with Nicole and Nick.
Hello, good morning. So this past April 17th, my husband and I, we actually celebrated our 25th anniversary of our first date. So we've been together for, yeah, thank you. So we've been together for a pretty long time. And we searched for a spiritual home throughout the various towns that we have lived in, throughout like our time in college and our postgraduate education. And I think we visited just about every Christian denomination out there in Athens, Georgia, and Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We weren't really sure if the Christian beliefs that we grew up with like really resonated with us, but we were just searching for like a place where we could find fellowship and spiritual guidance, a loving community, a congregation that was welcoming of an interracial couple, and then most importantly, something that we felt that we could be certain about in a very uncertain world. And what was also a very uncertain time for us as we were sort of figuring out career stuff and kind of, what we wanted to be when we grew up and all of that. So we didn't really find what we were looking for in those early years. But fast forward several years through moving to the Triangle, having 2 kids, blossoming careers, and then several years of driving from my kids' preschool to Duke, and backing in every day and seeing this sign out on Garrett Road, and wondering what on earth is Unitarian Universalism. So I finally Googled it one day, and I'm going to be honest, I thought it sounded really like woo-woo, which, if you know Nick and I am the more woo one out of the 2 of us. So I was like, we got to try this place. And so we're very glad we did. So after, coming here and hearing the sermons from Deb and Jacqueline and all of the great musical offerings, and our kids attending the religious education classes, we were hooked. We realized that we finally found a faith and a fellowship that embraced sort of the things that we were already very certain of. So, that every person is worthy of respect and dignity, standing for justice and peace, and the interdependent, respect for the interdependent web of life. And so, as for all those other sort of prickly topics that exist in any faith tradition, we found and we realized uncertainty is okay, and actually here it's really embraced and explored, which we really liked. And so sort of, what I found a thing to sort of sum all this up is after service one Sunday we were in the parking lot and I saw I don't know, one of y'all's cars, but it has a bumper sticker that read something along the lines of Unitarian Universalism, where all your answers are questioned. And I was like, yes, exactly. And so it was then that I really, I realized I was like, yeah, we have found the community that we're looking for. So yeah, with that, I'll let my husband, Nick, speak.
All right, and as my wife Nikki said, we've been looking for a spiritual home for years. And I was actually intrigued when she came back and told me about ERUUF. We spent time together. I remember Reverend Brett was speaking about this. What is this Unitarian Universalism? So we spent a lot of time on the website, and the fellowship looked to be the spiritual home that we were looking for. And it did not disappoint. Now, while we attended the services, our 2 daughters, Violet and Genevieve, attended religious education classes. As parents that are highly involved in our children's lives, we were really excited about the values that the religious education classes taught. The OWL classes felt vital as our children began to transition into their teenage years. Now, it was clear that this community is so welcoming. With 2 children enrolled in religious education classes, I had the privilege of being asked to work on the religious education team. Assisting the educators and making sure their needs were met to educate the children was fulfilling. Nikki and I, over the summers, got to tag team and teach a few of those classes over the summer. Now, I'm not sure our youngest Genevieve was that enthusiastic that Nikki and I were teachers. Now, after a few years of serving in this community, our girls started singing in the Cellist Singers group, which gave Nikki and I the opportunity to finally take the Inquirer classes, to actually become members. I found the Inquirer's classes to be so informative that when I became a member of ERUUF, I placed on the information card they provide you that I would be interested in being a facilitator in the Inquirer's classes. And again, just showing how welcoming this community is. While at coffee hour one Sunday, Nikki and I had a wonderful conversation with Flynn McSherry. A few days later, I received an email inquiring, did I have an interest in joining the membership team? Now, that was a very easy yes. When I was asked to be a facilitator for the Inquirer's class, another easy yes. I was trained how to facilitate the Inquirer classes by the master himself in the front row, Mr. Simon Kaplan, it's neat that I'm included in the group of 57 new members that I had the opportunity to meet while being the facilitator in those Inquirer classes. So now I'm honored to even be considered to serve as a board of trustee, and I look forward to my continued growth and service in this community.
Hi, y'all. Give me just a second. I have it on my phone. I forgot. I printed it, but I forgot it on the printer. Hi, my name is Jay, and I am new to Universal Unitarianism and somewhat new here at ERUUF. You may know my parents, Lisa and Ann Verdine Jones, who have been active members of the congregation and in the community for several years. When I moved in with my parents, which was maybe around July of last year, I knew that I wanted to be more in touch and in tune with my spiritual side. I believe that without having spiritual practices in place, it is almost impossible to live a balanced life. I am blessed that my family agrees. Our household isn't always balanced, but at least we all have spiritual practices in place to kind of smooth this out when it becomes a little bit chaotic. With that in mind, I began to think about what my options were for consistent spiritual practice. My parents, of course, suggested ERUUF, and I agreed to give it a try. Now, they don't know this, but I was determined not to go to church. Determined. Because previous experience had kind of ruined that idea for me. Nonetheless, I said I'd sit in on a few services for a few weeks just to appease them and be able to say, well, I tried it. Those few weeks changed my entire perspective about organized religion and ERUUF in general drastically. The service began with the opening statement honoring the indigenous land on which we are currently standing and seated. Next, we were invited to center ourselves, which for me set the tone for the remainder of the service. Within the first few minutes, I quickly realized that what I thought ERUUF was about and what it was really about were two totally different things. I enjoyed every second of that first service, and I have continued to do so every Sunday. During Kwanzaa, I celebrated with my parents and with ERUUF by speaking at the service on what umoja and unity means to me. I was the shortest presenter in the middle, and you probably recognize me with my purple hair. Everyone that I have met here has welcomed me with open arms, and I want to thank you for that. I have discovered a deeper and more intense connection to my spiritual side. Each Sunday, I attend service, and I am learning and growing as a person. I came at a pivotal time. ERUUF was at the beginning stages of a ministry transition. Reverend Deb has been very amazing, and many of her servants have had a great impact on me and why I stand here today. I recognize that the congregation is at the precipice of change and that this is an exciting time for us all. And I'm looking forward to a long and spiritual relationship with the ERUUF family. So I'm about to say something that I'm sure that I'll be held accountable to in the days to come. Reverend Jacqueline, I am ready to get to work.
Good morning. I also have it on my phone. Hold on. Okay. So standing up here having bridged is very surreal for me. I've been a part of ERUUF since I was a baby, and I've grown up surrounded by RE. I always thought the seniors were way cooler than me, and now being a senior, I still feel that way, so not much has changed. But it's crazy to think that all of the traditions I so looked forward to as a kid are now finally happening. Bridging, my last school chorus concert, prom, and graduation soon. My time at ERUUF has shaped who I am tremendously, and words cannot describe how grateful I am for that. In kindergarten through 8th grade, I looked forward to classes in choir every Sunday. Each fall, I would bask in the Connections Fair and eat all the free snacks and see the beloved community that I had missed over the summer. For music, I was a proud member of the Sunshine Kids and then the Chalice Singers with Pam, and I also sang a few songs in the service. I cherished all of the preludes that we sang before running up the aisles to our classes. I absolutely thrived in my RE classes. Even though I often had to ask a teacher for help with scissors or tying a knot, I loved having the ability to be independent and talk during discussions and actively learn with my friends. I felt loved by my teachers and that my opinion mattered, which is so important when you're growing up. While I could never seem to articulate to my friends what I was learning in RE at a UU church, because what is that? I knew it was important. Some of my favorite classes taught me how to have healthy conversations and boundaries, which I will carry with me for the rest of my life. And then there's high school youth group. The class I so desperately wanted to be a part of since I was little, because oh my God, look how cool and grown up they are. The bonds that you create by staying up until 4 a.m. at lock-ins, cooking at Urban Ministries, and very loudly and aggressively playing Pictionary are unbreakable. I've had the privilege of being friends with people that I can go from talking about current events and systemic issues one Sunday to playing games and goofing around the next, as long as there are fruit snacks at both occasions. We would also go to Pride every year, which I was way too excited for a straight ally. That label did not last, but that tradition, as well as the 7 principles I've known since I was young, let me grow up and find myself knowing that I would be loved no matter what, and realize that I was bi without it being a big deal. That's something so many kids don't have, and I'm so privileged for that. The people I've met here are truly some of the best that I've ever known. And it has been so refreshing to be surrounded by such intelligent, kind, compassionate human beings every week that I am so lucky to call my friends. To my people sitting up in the back, cheering me on right now, I love you more than you'll ever know. And if you don't text me while I'm at college, I will use my principles and have a free and responsible search for truth, meaning, and your address so I can find you. Alex, my one and only other senior UU, I am so lucky to have grown up alongside you. You're one of the most likable, hilarious, intelligent, and genuinely compassionate and loving people that I know. You are going to achieve such incredible things, and I cannot wait to root for you through it all and celebrate your wins. ERUUF as a whole has been a second home to me for as long as I can remember. I've come here so many times at this point for services, classes, events, I think I could walk around with my eyes closed. I have so many memories in these rooms, they're a part of me. I'm so privileged to know that I can always come here and feel at home. To my beautiful congregation, you guys are like family, even if I've never met you. I remember specifically being in a service, singing a hymn, and feeling the love radiating around the room. It is so refreshing to be in a group of people who you know are kind and caring. Some of you have known me since I was little, and maybe some of you have just joined. Regardless, thank you for being a part of my life. Having this community of kind strangers gives me hope every day, and I love you. While this isn't technically goodbye, a chapter of my life is coming to a close, and a new one is beginning. This fall, I'm starting college at North Carolina State University, majoring in psychology. I plan to become a therapist for all ages. I hope to give people the love and support that I've felt from this community and help them understand their worth and potential. My time at ERUUF has taught me how to be caring, patient, and understanding to all people, which I know I will carry with me for the rest of my life. Every Sunday, I wear this chalice necklace to church, and I think while I'm at college, I will continue to wear it every Sunday so that I am always reminded of my spiritual community. ERUUF, thank you for being my home. I love you so much.
My thanks to all of you, our thanks to all of you, and they're a little modest. Nicole is actually a member of our medical team that has been giving us advice throughout the pandemic. And so thank you for that work, Nicole. And I don't know if it got buried in what Nick was saying, is that he is on the slate for our Board of Trustees. And look out, Jay. I know your moms are going to say, you should have never said that to Reverend Jacqueline, and certainly not in public. Other people will probably say that to you as well. And to you too, it is love, love, love. so much love, and so many well wishes for the future ahead of you both. The world awaits. The world awaits. Today is a time of excitement and possibility, but to everyone here, whether you're a new member or you've been here for a long time, I want you to remember something really, really important. And that is, as humans being together, know that there will be brokenhearted moments to come as well. When you might not feel so great about this place, that is real. Know there will come a moment. That's right, Miss Joan. No, there will come a moment when you will feel as though you don't fit. That is real. Things might be changing too much or changing too fast and not be the way it once was, the way it is today. But I want you to consider that if every one of us fit all the time, if we were always totally comfortable, we would not be called to grow, to do the work of interchange that we all must do. This religion, this spiritual community is not a thing we merely participate in. It is something we are called to co-create together. So hold on to this moment and this memory for that time in the future when you might be ready to turn away. That will be the moment when you'll need to call yourself to re-membership. And it'll be one of the most precious parts of your journey as a member of ERUUF. Amen. One of the important ways we co-create at ERUUF is through the contribution of our time, talent, and our treasure. Everything that is seen or experienced here is a direct result of those who are here, whether member or not, who give to this community because they want to see it flourish and thrive. You have the option of giving as the greeters come forward to pass the plates, or you can give online on your smartphone. Just go to eruf.org/give. Or if you don't want to use your phone, you can also go into the office and use the laptop we have available there. Or you can just go old school and send in a check. And as the greeters pass the plate, we will hear some wonderful music again. We give thanks. We give thanks for all of the gifts of this beloved community. We just give thanks for being able to be in community together and to be back, right? Awesome, awesome, awesome. And so let us rise in body or spirit, and we will sing one last hymn together, Building a New Way, and Pam will lead us.
All right. Here we go. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are working to be free. 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 Hate and greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. We can feed our every need. 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 cry. Peace and freedom is our cry.
So remember that word I asked you to hold on to earlier during the prayer? Okay, bring it forward now into your minds. And know that, and my wish for you is, may you receive what you so desire by first being a giver of it. May your word be planted as a seed in your heart that you will nurture and carry with you into this community for all your days to come at ERUUF and in the world. So go in love and go in peace. Ashe.